Would you stay till the morning light, or would you follow me?
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kayla, and if you're not new, thanks for coming back. Always happy to have you. Today I'm really excited because I'm doing my first get ready with me in a very long time. I think it's been honestly over a year since my last get ready with me, but my boyfriend and I are going on a nice like fancy date today, so I figured I'd take you along and we'll get ready and do a little life update at the same time. There's a lot happening in life right now, which I'm going to explain a little bit throughout this video and when I explain kind of why we're going on the date that we're going on. So I just figured it'd be good to give y'all an update and talk about it and also get ready. It's a Friday, it's 4:55, so I'm heating up my flat iron and I'm gonna do my hair and my makeup today. Today, Grant and I, my boyfriend, we're going to a play, actually a musical, at Providence Performing Arts Center, which is like a beautiful theater in the city of Providence, which is very close to where I live. We have never been to a play before, well, together. We found out kind of ironically that we both really like plays and musicals. So a family friend had some free tickets, so we're gonna go tonight. We were gonna go try and do like the dinner and the play thing, but my boyfriend coaches baseball in the spring and it's gonna be kind of a rush to get him ready and out the door in time because he's leaving practice at 5 and he's about an hour away. And then he also has a scrimmage really early in the morning, so he has to go home tonight. So we're gonna do a get ready with me, and then I'm also setting up some cute little charcuterie for us to eat and snack on before we leave, so we're not absolutely starving in the theater. I just washed it this morning and I'm curling my hair with my flat iron, which is honestly always how I curl my hair. But yeah, so I do this kind of, lately I've been curling my hair a lot, but when I do this, the curls usually last 3 or 4 days. I might have to touch up 1 or 2 here and there. So, and I always start at the back with like these little wispy guys. I just take my flat iron and it's hard to explain what I do. So I bring it down a little bit, I curl it once and twice and like a half, and then I also roll it back up into my hair and hold for a couple seconds. Grantford is probably gonna call me when he leaves practice and he can talk on the phone for hours. I'm gonna tell him no. I guess while I'm doing this, I can tell you a little bit about the date that we're going on today and why. We've been doing this a lot lately. We were very early in our relationship kind of realizing that we were spending a lot of time together, but it wasn't like quality time, if that makes sense. Like we weren't really doing anything. So that was one adjustment that we both agreed to make in our relationship, to be just a little bit more intentional about the time that we spend together and like do things. Like we are too young to be boring adults that just like sit in the house all the time. Like we can go like do activities together, or like even just getting out of the house and going and like getting a coffee and talking and like having real conversations is just something that we really like to do, and we just felt like we needed a little bit more of it in our relationship. So that's part of the reason why we're going to a play. Yeah, we're gonna go have fun quality time together. And don't worry, we have plenty of days where we just like sit and hang out and play the Switch or cook together or just like hang out in bed and watch a movie. Like, but like I mentioned, life has been really busy. I started a new job. I'm no longer teaching. We'll get into all of that, but we are selling my house. My parents are selling the house, and the end plan, which we'll talk about in a little bit as well. I know I feel like I keep saying that already. Is to move to the south, somewhere in the south. So Grant and I have both really been feeling like we need to take advantage of the time that we have up here in like this really awesome area in Boston and Providence and New England, and make the most of it while we're still here. So that was part of it. Like it was a great catalyst for us, like selling the house and making plans to move, to be like, okay, let's like go out, explore, make good last memories in this area. I'm gonna curl the rest of my hair. You can kind of see the vibe of the curls that are coming right now. So I'm gonna do the rest of my head really quick and then we'll get to makeup. Okay, half the head is done. Very curled. We're going to finger comb, we're going to hairspray when they have all cooled. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other half of my head. It's 5:10 and he has not texted me that he's on his way, and I'm trying not to be a psycho. I did already text him though and be like, on your way?
Or would you let it be if I leave tonight? We could do this right, we'll find the remedy. Or would you stay with me now till the morning light? Before you turn away, I just want you to know that I didn't throw your stuff away. Before you make up your mind that I'm nowhere to find, I'm standing right here. I know that I told you we're over.
Hair's done. I'm gonna let them cool. I'm going to put some hairspray in them. That took about 25 minutes. And then I'm just gonna run my fingers through them. He still has not left the baseball field yet. And I'm trying not to freak out, but I kind of feel like what's happening near my face right now. Okay, tone down just a little bit. We're still going a lot out that way, but it's fine. Whoa, it's a little bit better. All right, I'm gonna clip these back and we're gonna start on makeup. Really helpful that I decided to film this video, because I would just be like nervously sweating about him getting here on time. Before I get into the like life update portion of this, I'm gonna go ahead and do my brows because I need to be paying attention. I'm using the e.l.f. Instant Lift brow pencil. It's like $3, and the e.l.f. WowBrow little whatever this is, you know what I mean.
But I swear that I'm sober, just listen, I miss you. And I know that I said all these things, but now when you're with her, I can see that you miss me.
I always do my brows before any other step because I feel like they help me guide my eyeshadow shapes. And I feel like I look like a fool without them. Like, like 90% of the time I won't leave the house without eyebrows on. So, do I want to do eyeballs first? I'm gonna do eyeballs first. New to my collection, I'm using the Truth or Bare palette from Morphe. Just like a pretty basic neutral palette. This like really light bone colored shade. Oh, I forgot to prime my eyelids. This is also where we get into like life update situation. I'm using the Colourpop Party Proof eyelid primer. I'm new to this. This is new to me, so we're still figuring it out together. Yeah, so I figured the easiest way to kind of do this update is to start from the beginning, the things that happened earliest. So obviously YouTube kind of fell off the bandwagon over the course of my teaching career. I tried to pick it up a little bit during the summertime, which was fun. And then really after that, I just couldn't sustainably keep up with it. To be really honest, like YouTube can be a lot. And I guess the earliest update I have for y'all since you've last seen is I've gotten very much back into reading, which is amazing. I've missed it a lot, and I have to thank TikTok for that. Like, I think I actually said it in my reviewing books TikTok recommended to me video, that TikTok is like the reason I'm like back and reading in full swing. So I'm super grateful for that. But reading a lot, trying to get back into YouTube more consistently. When I left teaching, that was a huge goal for me. Been going pretty regularly with an upload Monday and Friday at 9 a.m. So you can expect that to keep going because it's been working. I just couldn't do it this week. Okay, I'm gonna go in now with this like tan ochre kind of color. Earliest time-wise update I think is I have a boyfriend. I am dating somebody for like the first time in my life, and it's going very well, other than the fact that he's going to be late. His name is Grant. He's from Chicago. We've been dating for like talking dating in total like 6 months, and like he's been my boyfriend for like four and a half. So for a little bit. He's super sweet and super considerate and thoughtful, except for the times when he's late because of baseball. I'm gonna stop making jokes. No, but in all seriousness, he is super sweet and thoughtful, very supportive. He is super supportive. When I was leaving teaching, it was just very difficult time, and he was supportive the whole way through of me leaving, and kind of the challenges I was having at school. He was able to like talk through them with me, which was great. He's very supportive of like my YouTube channel. Like every time I post a video, he's like, babe, you posted a new video, I'm so proud of you. Like he is super supportive of like my reading time. He understands like my need for me time. He loves to like plan dates, but he also loves like our favorite thing to do is cooking together. He's always excited to cook. He's leaving the field, y'all. He is leaving the field. I can breathe. I'm gonna go into this like chocolatey brown color. And I'm just gonna put this in my crease and a little bit on the outer corner. Yeah, I love you too, you menace. So we met on Tinder, and we had like the perfect first fall date. It was so sweet. And I actually filmed like a get ready with me, like the last first day get ready with me I did, but he ended up calling me and we talked for his whole car ride to my house, so I couldn't film the get ready with me. He just texted me, are you perhaps annoyed with me? Not yet. So yeah, that's been the biggest change, like adapting or changing your life. Not changing your life, that sounds dramatic, but like making time and space and room for another person in your life is not something I've ever really had to do. I've never really been in a relationship. So that's been different. That's been an adjustment. Like also just being like more emotionally vulnerable. It's also like dating someone has been a great lesson in effective communication and like healthy communication. So it's just been different. It's been very good. A big learning experience. I love him very much. He makes me so happy. Such a sweet guy. It's also like I find with him very much like the little things, like whenever he leaves in the morning before I wake up, he like leaves a note for me, or like if he leaves after me, he makes my bed and leaves me a note. Except for right now because life has been busy. There has never ever been a time where I haven't had like a fresh bouquet of flowers in a vase on my kitchen table, and before him no guy had ever gotten me flowers, so it was a big deal. I'm just feeling like these lines are a little harsh. Blending them out a little bit. I am going to try and grab a liquid eyeshadow out of my cabinet. I found the exact one I was looking for. I mentioned it a little bit. I mentioned it in some of my other videos. I've been posting videos. I'm not a teacher anymore. I made it 1 year and 1 month teaching, and that is perfectly fine with me. First, I'm going in with the e.l.f. matte putty primer, just in like my T-zone, around my nose, my chin. I love this stuff, and a little goes a long way. With this, if you put too much, it will slip and slide under your makeup, and you don't want that. I taught for a year and a half, and that is absolutely enough time for me. If you are new here, I was a 7th grade English teacher. I started literally like 9 months into the pandemic, like December 2020. And as I'm sure you've heard, or you might know, this year was 10 times harder for me than teaching virtually. Don't really know why. I'm going in with the Pretty Fresh hyaluronic acid tinted moisturizer in light 7W. The kids are brutal this year. A lot of them came back for the first time since the pandemic, so that was a lot. And many of them literally did not know how to behave in a classroom or anything, and it was just a lot. They like forgot a lot. Many of it was because of the pandemic. I don't think all of the issues were because of the pandemic. I thought it would be so much easier being in person, and in some respects it was, and others it just wasn't. It was not good for me. This year I really tried to stick to contract hours while I was teaching, like get there at 7:15, leave at 3:05 whenever I could, and I didn't really bring work home. While that helped my mental health, like not be working all hours of the night, I never felt like I was getting ahead at work, and it was just super stressful. I felt like I was always thinking about work. I always had to be thinking about work. There was always more to be doing. Like I just could not get ahead. I could not get a handle on it. And then I was also like in the classroom dealing with like really horrible behavioral issues that nobody really knew, like nobody could figure out how to handle. Like I posted some videos over the summer of me like making crafts and prepping my classroom and all that stuff because I was so excited. And by like October, my classroom was completely destroyed. Like I had things stolen from me, I had things destroyed, literally like light bulbs broken, chairs broken, like cushions drawn all over. Like I would buy pencils non-stop for these kids, and they were like covered in hand sanitizer so you couldn't use them. Like it was just ridiculous. I had so many like behavioral issues like that. I had so many like respect issues with kids that I was just like, what is happening? Like I didn't even know what to deal with. And honestly, my school administration was mostly new. I did not think that they could fix everything in a year, in 6 months, in 3 months. But the issues I was having, I was just not getting the support I needed for them. And it was really difficult. Student security issues where I was like potentially having to get like a restraining order against a student. Like my personal safety was being compromised, and the school really wasn't doing enough to make me feel better about that. And that was kind of like the breaking point for me. I was like, no. We're using the Wet n Wild Photofocus concealer. A lot of the main issues I had with teaching, and the real reason I started applying to new jobs, was not really because of my school itself, like the specific things at my school. A lot of it was systemic within education, like that I could never ever get ahead. Like more and more just being added to my plate, and I couldn't do it. Like kids, clearly a lot's happened since COVID, not getting the help that they need. And my school in particular had like just enacted a social media policy, and it was basically like you know, when you post on social media, like you should be posting about the school, but also like if students find your social media, you can get in trouble. If you interact with students on social media, you can get in trouble, which like parts of that policy are for sure valid and important. Like obviously nobody should be communicating with a minor, a student, via social media. A lot of my kids found my YouTube channel and my Instagram, and like I was not comfortable posting and risking, not that anyone like blew up, but like I didn't want to give them more things to find that could potentially get me in trouble, and I didn't want it to keep being a distraction in the classroom, because it was. Kids be like, Miss Ray, you have a YouTube channel? I'd be like, yeah bro, I have a life outside of school. And I've said it before, like YouTube is a very like cathartic creative outlet for me, and I felt like I couldn't honor that and do that as a teacher. Like I felt like the messaging I was getting was saying like, you can pick one, like you can't do both, and you know, if you want to post it, you run the risk of dealing with those consequences. And I was like, not that any of my content is like bad, but like kind of the administration was like, oh, if they found like your Instagram and like you have a picture with your significant other, maybe don't have that as your profile picture. Or if there are like pictures or videos of you like drinking alcohol, maybe don't have those, which like there are in some of my videos because I'm on vacation. Like I'm not at work, I'm not wearing any school things, and I'm legal, but I can't post a picture of like the margarita I got at Disney World. So yeah, I just felt like in the time I was teaching, YouTube was being more of an issue than it was being that like cathartic creative outlet, and I just was like, I'm just gonna wait until I don't teach anymore. But I really missed it, and it was hard to go without a hobby in the time I wasn't teaching. Now that I'm not teaching anymore and I've been able to do it again, I feel so good and so excited, and I've been so happy to be able to post regularly. But yeah, so safety concerns, just all the shit I was dealing with, and not feeling like I could post on social media and post on YouTube, and not having that creative outlet made me realize it was time to get out of teaching, and that's what I did. Set that all with the Maybelline Fit Me powder. That is like gone. This is in 230 Natural Buff. So I've actually been wearing this as just foundation, like when I go into the office and stuff, and I love it. But now I have a new job, and I really, really like it so far. I don't really want to give like the exact location where I work. I work at a university in Boston. They have a pre-college program, so I work in the pre-college program office. Oh my lord. And we're gonna fix that. Oh, I'm using the Revolution Beauty Makeup Revolution Mega Bronzer in Cool. That's it. Again, I have been using this since before the pandemic, and it's almost time for a new one, but now it's a pride thing. So I work in the pre-college program, so I help read applications. I manage a lot of the financial aid for the program, giving out financial aid awards. I work with philanthropy partners that donate money to send kids to our programs, read applications, answer emails, things like that. It's like more of a standard office job, but I still get to like help students like do stuff and achieve, which is why I went into teaching. Yeah, much better fit for me. I get to work from home 2 days a week. That is unbelievably amazing. I did film a work from home with me vlog that I think is coming out sometime around this video. This video will probably go out first. But yeah, so I was taking the train for a while, and that's how I got a ton of reading in. But now I am driving just because the train commute was, she was a little long. It was like a 4-hour total train commute. I'm gonna go and try and like carve out a little bit my contour, but again, I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me loose finishing powder. That's boyfriend, why I stopped teaching. To all my teachers out there that are still like doing the damn thing, y'all are heaven sent. You are incredible. You're doing amazing things. If there's any way I can be helpful or I can be of support, if you need advice, if you have questions, leave them in the comments and I will try and help. All right, let's get into blush. I'm using the Disney Designer collection from Colourpop. I need to correct my hip. And Enchanted Mirror. It's like a little pinky powder blush. So yeah, that's boyfriend, why I left teaching, new job. I talked about it a little bit. We are selling, my parents are selling the house, and I'm really happy I did all my makeup so I can't, or hopefully don't, cry during this part of the video. My family lives in the same house that my dad grew up in. He's literally lived here 60 years of his life. I'm going in with the same collection, the Rapunzel highlighter. It's like a pinkier highlighter. It's called Coronation, if you need it, Coronation. So he's literally lived here for 60 years. This house has been in my family for 60 years. And it's a big house. It's a beautiful house. It's a lot of upkeep for my parents who are getting old. There's just 3 of us in a really, really big house, and everyone kind of in my family feels that they would be happier living somewhere else, living in the South. We have other family down in the South. And I think everybody's just like ready for a change of pace, a change of scenery. So yeah, in the next like 2 years, it won't be immediate. My sister and my brother-in-law and my parents are going to move south, and then I will eventually move south. It's been the busiest part of my life, has been getting ready to sell this house, because it's been purging and organizing and packing and like putting things in storage and taking things to donate and just doing a lot of stuff. Pause. Face is done. I'm gonna go ahead and do the like shimmery part of my makeup, and we're gonna go from there. I'm using the Colourpop. This is old, so it's probably not available anymore, but this is the Supernova shadow. It's Kathleen Lights in Colourpop, and this is in Constellation. Also pretty sad because we all like know what's coming, what we're gonna have to do, and it's happening pretty quickly. Obviously in this market, you kind of can't wait to sell a house. Like, the market's not always going to be this good for sellers. So I get why my parents are doing it, but there's a lot of memories in this house. I'm not gonna cry. So it'll be very sad to say goodbye. But like, the open house is this weekend, and I saw the for sale sign for the first time today, and it felt very real today that I cried about it for the first time. But I know I have like at least a month left in the house, but we have an apartment, so I'll be moving into an apartment with my parents for a bit, like at longest a year, because that's how long their lease is. But I'm hoping I can move out and either like with friends or possibly with Grant next year. I'm just kind of covering like the inner third and like following the natural crease of my eyelid to do this. But we're looking at like North and South Carolina, which I love both of those areas. If you are new, I just posted a Charleston vlog from my recent trip to Charleston. So I'm very excited about, you know, living in an apartment. The apartment we're living in is super nice. Get ready for some moving content. I've already bought some stuff. I think it just like is going to be hard until we are no longer here. Like, I think selling the house will be ripping off a band-aid, but it's hard to get to that point. So okay, I'm gonna let this dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and do the liner. I might pat a little bit of a Supershock shadow over the glitter as well. Big life changes, exciting things coming for sure. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go focus and do my eyeliner. I'm using the Benefit roller liner. This is my favorite liquid liner ever. That one's done. So like I said, like about a month until we move. It's gonna be sad to say goodbye to the house, but it's definitely the right decision for my parents and for my family, so I am ultimately excited about it. Cool things are happening in my life, and that's exciting. I was thinking about like how weird the last night here is going to feel. Like, how much will I sob? Like, I was thinking about, like, I learned to read in this house. I wrote my first novel in this house. I started my YouTube channel in this house. I have so many memories in this house. This house really is the house that built me. Not to be dramatic and cliche, but it really is. In all of this, I've also been like doing YouTube more as like the creative outlet and stress relief and distraction from everything kind of happening in life, as we all do, right? So I've been reading a lot and writing some more and doing YouTube, and it's felt good. So if there are videos you want to see, if there's videos that you miss, leave them in the comments down below and I will make them happen. I'm using the Clinique High Impact mascara. You can see it. And then I'm gonna go over with Better Than Sex. I've been reading a ton, so if you've been reading good things, leave me some recommendations because I have a ton. I purged a bunch of books. Those videos will be linked somewhere if you want to go see them. So I know what I'm bringing to the apartment, but like I need books to get excited about getting, if that makes sense. Like things to like look forward to buying and reading. Reading a lot. I've been working out. I've been running. I just signed up for my first 5K. I'm doing the Wine and Dine 5K in November in Disney World. So if you're going, let me know. Let me know your tips and tricks. Let me know what you're dressing up as. Like, I just even gotta say it. Like, not only was I burnt out from teaching, I was straight up depressed. Like, I was not myself. Like, I was not happy teaching for the longest time. Not the whole time. Like, the longest time was not happy. So it's like becoming myself again, which is really happy. All right, makeup is looking pretty bomb. I'm pretty excited. He better give me the biggest hug when he gets here. I'm just topping it with this Mycelium Supershock shadow. This is from the Raw Beauty Christie Colourpop collab, which is like my favorite raw like Colourpop collab. I'm also doing my tear duct, getting this into the tear duct for a little more sparkle and pizzazz. So I just talked a lot, but yeah, that's kind of my life. New job, new boyfriend, soon to be new house, potentially new state. But while there's a lot of new, there's a lot of going back to my parts of myself that I kind of let go of for a little bit, which is exciting. A little bit of both. We're gonna go set up some charcuterie for us to eat. I'm also just really freaking hungry, but this is the makeup up close. The eyeballs, little gentle glam, some face makeup. But yeah, that's a lot of what's happening in my life, the changes, what's new, what's going on, a little life update. Also my current bougie makeup routine and hair routine. What's happening in your life? What's new? What are you excited about? What are you going through? What are you dealing with? Let me know in the comments. I'm excited to see.
Stay till the morning light, or would you follow me, or would you let it be? If I leave tonight, we could do this right. We'll find the remedy.
Come on.
Till the moonlight, till the moonlight, till the
What the?
moonlight, yeah. Till the moonlight, till the moonlight, till the moonlight, yeah. Maybe I'm just too weak, maybe I'm just afraid of being alone. Well, I don't care, 'cause right now I feel the
5-minute charcuterie board. She's not pretty. She is ready though. We got some protein, some cheese, pickles, crackers. This should be good to tide us over. I'm gonna grab some of these wine glasses, but first I think I'm gonna get dressed. Okay, this is the dress from American Eagle. I got it yesterday, so didn't have time to like try it on, but I think it looks pretty good so far. I think it looks alright. I'm gonna wear like a little short heel with it, but yeah, this is it so far. A little clavage. My camera died, so we're doing the rest of this video on my phone. I apologize. This is the final look. He's like 4 minutes away, so I feel a lot better now. I just need to put my shoes on and my rings on. I was gonna do earrings, but I don't think I am. But yeah, this is what I'm wearing. Okay, I'm gonna go eat some food and drink some wine, and Grant's gonna help me here. Hi friends, it's Editing Kayla. Just wanted to give you an update. Grant did think that I looked amazing. He kept telling me all night how lucky he was and how beautiful I was and how happy he is to be with me and how cute I was. He gave me a lot of big hugs, which was just what I needed. We had so much fun at the play. It was a terrible play, but we had a lot of fun together going. But thank you for getting ready with me. I know this video is a little bit longer, a little bit chattier. Like I said, leave me your update. What's happening in your life? What are you excited about? What are you going through? Down in the comments. If you have any good book recs or any videos that you missed, give me them down in the comments. And I will see you guys in my next one. Have a good one wherever you are, and happy reading. Bye!
I know that I told you we're